onto Senior Rotax. We're gonna hopefully get some brilliant racing.
Yeah, Senior Rotax looked good earlier on, of course, in these heat races. The drivers have these allocated grid positions, so we get things mixed up a little bit from the first race earlier on today. We'll have a look how they line up. So it's Alexander, Adam Acton, George Allen, Charlie Webb, Michael Morgan, Sam Baker, and Jack Spencer on the third row. Tom Pryor and Adam White a bit further down. Philip Rawson, Luke Rosman-Price, Jack Collins, rounding out the top 10. Archie Buttle, James Verity a little bit further behind as well as they make their way through the meeting, still running ahead, well on schedule. And of course, this is the first round of the 2024 HKRC Club Championships here at Kimbolton. And schedule, of course, I think with the exception of May and August, isn't it? Pretty much every second Saturday of the month. So you can always come on down here, and if you're local to Kimbolton, down here, pretty much you'd say on the almost on the tri-state sort of area, to use an American term. It's Cambridgeshire, very close to Peterborough, of course, and Northamptonshire, not too far away. It's very well centrally located, popular track with the drivers. You can come down here and check out the action.
Of course, have a look around, and if you are interested in getting involved in racing, then always have a look and speak to people. You know, talking and. There's many people here who will try and help you, make your first steps into racing. But as the cars are out on track, let's get ready to look at the grids and see who and see what how this race is going to plan out.
So here we see it's the number 20 of Alexander Adams Acton who leads them on. This is our 9th race of the day. This is the Senior Rotax. The heat's getting underway very shortly. First time we've seen these drivers out today, of course. They'll be out in the final race later on this afternoon for their final. Another one sponsored, of course, by Ainsbury Plans Hire. Thanks to the Ainsbury for all their support as well. Don't forget, of course, that we're thankful to Talk Racewear for their Driver of the Day award. They'll get some race gloves. Myself and Charlie will be deciding on that a little bit later on, and they'll be announced on the HKRC social media after the event. So number 20, Alexander Adams Acton, leads the drivers into the lineup as they make their way through. I think, are we going to get a start here? Over the line they go. It's wave round again. It's a full start, so they're going to go round again. We've seen this a few times, of course, today here, Charlie, and as much as anything, it's the cold temperatures making these formation laps a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it looked like Adams Acton actually slowed up quite a bit. So George Allen looking very confused. Looking behind, thinking, "Where are you? Why aren't you starting where you should be?" But yeah, no, very very excited to see how George Allen's going to do on his first race with the JDR team. Some more drivers to look out for through the field. Watch out for Macaulay Bishop, who is probably one of the most looked upon drivers in the world right now. Making big moves in the European and British stage. He basically goes to any race and he wins it. Watch out for drivers like Caden McQueen, who's also a very, very big driver in the world and European stage. Has just joined KR Sport. Watch out for Lucas Ellingham, George Donald, Ethan Martin, who won the championship here last year. Watch out for Ralph Youngling, Timo Youngling's young brother. And we are off and away, and we're racing into turn 1 in the Senior Rotax class. And I think that's Jack Spencer and George Allen, former teammates who are now teammates yet again, and very getting tongue's tail here. And there's Sam Baker trying to find a way through into the pack. And there's Alex Adams Acton, who's managed to make his way into the lead, followed by Charlie Webb. George Allen's holding his way in P3. Jack Spencer is making big strides in P4, and Sam Baker is just holding on for the top 5.
Well, it was a good aggressive start there from Alex Adams Acton there, number 20. Very defensive into the first corner and manages to get away cleanly. There's a bit of trouble on Stowe Corner further down in the field, but I think the stricken drivers pushed away. There is a wave yellow. You see the yellow flags being waved as one driver still stuck on the first corner out of camera shot, but it's Adams Acton that leads the way. Charlie Webb in second, George Allen in third place, Sam Baker and Jack Spencer running up the top 5. But a brilliant start there from Adams Acton, number 20, to hold on to the lead. Very distinctive Dayglow green there at the front of the field. Webb in second, so it's Allen third, Sam Baker, Philip Rawson right in there as well. One or two contact flags going out there. The number 16, I think, George Donald getting a warning in the midfield. Leo Perch, I think, is out of the race. I think that was the drive that was stricken on the first corner, you would say. But here we go over the line once again. So it's Adam Acton leading the way. Charlie Webb and George Allen right in there. Sam Baker with the fastest lap of the race, 40.94. Still a long way to go in this race. Adam Acton really controlling the race well so far, but it looks like Charlie Webb starting to put the pressure on here. As a look, oh, trouble there as they lock wheels. Racing incident there. Well, it seemed that Charlie Webb didn't look too happy there, but Adam Acton shutting the door on him. Out of the race, it appears. He'll join at the back of the field. Both drivers okay, but drama at the front, which means, of course, that George Allen will now take the lead. There he is, number 40, your race leader.
Brilliant driving here by George Allen, who was struggling very much during his junior Rotax times, but also learned a lot going into his senior Rotax races, where he's definitely making a big name for himself at the moment. And Sam Baker just following behind, followed by Philip Rawson, who's been at many places. Keep your eye out for Lucas Ellingham and Macaulay Bishop. Macaulay is 6th right now, making up 13 places, and Lucas Ellingham in 10th, making up 16 places. So definitely watch out for these two driving through the field. But there's many strong drivers through this field who are definitely trying to make a name for themselves.
Bit of a race of attrition here. We've, of course, lost Leo Purchase on the first lap. Kieran Pugh, Philip Rawson, it appears.
Oh, and Sam Baker. Sam Baker for the lead of the race. And George Allen is going to have to slot him behind. And as teammates, they must be working together to hopefully try and pull away from Philip Rawson, who was part of the Guy Cunnington racing team. Guy Cunnington, one of the former senior Rotax drivers, who was very good in the British karting championships. He's going to be right on the back of the top three here. And it's very good to see all the former karting drivers. They start making teams and now form these these really big karting teams. And so very good to see Guy Cunnington doing something like this. And George Allen is very much overdriving that car. And Philip Rawson straight down the inside is going to take full advantage of that. But that was actually under a yellow flag. Trouble
on the last corner there. There's a couple of karts got together and there was a wave yellow. So whether that will stick, I don't know. It looks like Sam Baker into the lead. George Allen, Jack Spencer. So Charlie Webb been looked at as well. Philip Rawson still there in third on the number 19. Been quite a few incidents here. I think that was Gigas Pavilonis, the number 88, and Caden McQueen seem to have got together on Kimbolton Corner. I wonder if the overtake, like you say, Charlie, that did appear to be under the wave yellow, so that could be looked at later on.
Yes, I mean, that is one of the main rules of the yellow flag, is that you cannot overtake. So that will definitely be looked at by the stewards, who do a very good job here to make sure we have all fully clean and fair racing. But Sam Baker is doing a brilliant job here in P1 to try and pull a gap more, followed by Philip Rawson and George Allen, who's doing perfect in his first ever senior race, can we just point out. So doing very good there.
Just looking off screen at that last corner, Kimbolton Corner, the marshals have not been able to get those drivers going again. The cart's still buried in the tyre barriers. The field's so spread out now, there's not really been a clear opportunity. So we are still under wave yellows. This could affect things in the later stages. We've got just over 2 minutes remaining as we look at Sam Baker, Philip Rawson right in there as well. Over the line they go. Still in third, the number 40 of George Allen over the line. Macaulay Bishop, Jack Spencer, Charlie Webb right in there. The race still closely poised. Been quite a few incidents in this race, though, and drivers really starting to spread out. So, of course, remember, this is the heat race, so the drivers might just... No, they won't be too risky, of course. Looking further down, Alex Adams-Acton, the driver who got caught together in the start of the race, up to 17th place now. Philip Rawson under investigation, looking at the race control, so one or two drivers being looked at here.
And if I was George Allen, I'd be very wary of Macaulay Bishop. He's actually gone for third place there. Brilliant move there by Macaulay Bishop. George Allen waving his hand, saying, "Why are you overtaking under a yellow again?" So these drivers are very much not making aware of that yellow flag at the final corner. But as
mind you, it has been made to a stationary yellow now, so. They seem to have got the carts away from a dangerous position. Sam Baker still leading, so this race still potentially open now. They've got to be careful going into that final corner. The green flag out on the finish line. Still we look at Sam Baker leading the way very neatly, going through in towards Kimbolton Corner. You'll see on the edge of the course there's those two stricken carts that were causing the trouble earlier on. 50 seconds on the clock, so I think they'll just squeeze through and get another lap in before we get the one lap board.
And I would very much watch out for Macaulay Bishop. It was just at the fastest lap of .39, who's actually lapping half a second quicker than the top two. So brilliant driving here by Macaulay Bishop. This is why he's one of the most looked upon Rotax drivers in the world right now. So I definitely watch out for Macaulay Bishop in this last couple of laps, who are very much chasing down Sam Baker and Philip Rawson, who are looking like they're going to have quite a good battle here. And there's Philip Rawson. What a late move that was by Philip Rawson to get down the inside of the final corner. The final corner being very much a brilliant overtaking spot, but that was also under a yellow flag. So whether that will be looked on again, as that is his second time doing it, will very much be looked at by the officials.
Yeah, we'll look at that later on, of course. Be interesting, of course, that it is a stationary yellow, so whether that will affect things in terms of the stewards' thinking, we shall wait and see. Sam Baker still second, Macaulay Bishop, George Allen, Jack Spencer, all still running very closely towards the front of the field. They did go through with 6 seconds left on the clock, so next time when they cross the line, we'll be getting the last lap flag. Here they come round the final corner. Philip Rawson, 19, still your race leader. Clear track in front of them as they get the last lap board. And it's still Sam Baker and Macaulay Bishop right in there as well. George Allen, Archie Buttle, and Jack Spencer also well placed. They go flying through Stowe Corner. The leaders making their way down towards the Amitsu Straight. We see the midfield runners making their way all over the line there. We've got the likes of George Donnell, Nicholas Ellis, Presley Walker, Jacob Avoriak in 21st, Alfie Bray, as the midfield runners make their way through. Leaders making their way up towards the top of the circuit now, just watching the rest of the field making their way through a little further down. This is James Verity, Isaac Reynolds, 33.35 seconds down. Here come the leaders out to the final corner, and it's going to be Philip Rawson that takes the checkered flag. I believe that was Sam Baker, Macaulay Bishop right in there as well. George Allen, Archie Buttle, and Jack Spencer all very close in the top five. So Philip Rawson, your race winner, Sam Baker second, Macaulay Bishop, George Allen, Archie Buttle, and Jack Spencer, all very well fought indeed.
A special shout out to Lucas Ellingham, who made up 18 places in that race to P8.